This video is brought to you by Imprint. Today, Armenia says it thwarted a Russian coup attempt, the fallout from Israel's apparent attack on Lebanon continues, and the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates for the first time in more than 4 years. From TLDR News, this is your daily briefing for Thursday, the 19th of September, 2024. Armenian authorities say that Russia tried to stage a coup in Armenia, aiming to overthrow the pro-Western government earlier this year. A statement by Armenia's investigative committee says that criminal prosecution has been initiated against 7 people who authorities say were preparing to usurp power using violence and the threat of violence. Authorities say that Armenian nationals and ethnic Armenians were vetted and recruited to undergo 3 months of training in Russia, including combat and heavy weapon training, whilst being paid 220,000 rubles per month. That's more than $2,000 a month. After being vetted, they were reportedly taken to a base in the Russian city of Rostov-on-Don, where they were informed that their purpose was to return to Armenia and overthrow the government. Authorities apparently foiled the plot after, quote, some of the recruited persons refused to participate in the training and returned to the Republic of Armenia. Of the 7 people facing prosecution, 3 have been arrested and 4 are wanted, whilst authorities continue to investigate others. Now, while authorities have not released a huge amount of information yet, the alleged coup attempt does reflect a deep souring of relations between Armenia and Russia in recent years, despite their previous close alignment. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 and its warming of ties with Azerbaijan, Armenia's longtime rival, have created a significant rift, with Armenia also accusing Russian peacekeepers of failing to do their jobs by allowing Azerbaijan to seize full control of the disputed Nagorno-Karabakh region a year ago. In response to all this, Armenia has tried to reorientate itself towards the West. Armenia's Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan has frozen Armenia's membership of the Russian-led CSTO military alliance, held military exercises with the United States, joined the International Criminal Court, and removed Russian border guards from the capital's international airport. Pashinyan has also stated his intention of joining the European Union, saying, if we see a more or less realistic possibility of becoming a full member of the European Union, we will not miss that moment. There's more on the way, but remember to subscribe and ring the bell for more daily briefing tomorrow. Plus, if you want to support the channel like Juan Diego Prado, then consider joining the TLDR membership program for just $1.99. Following Tuesday's mass wave attacks in Lebanon and exploding telecommunications devices, which killed 26 people over 2 days and wounded more than 3,000, Israel has declared it has come to a new phase in the war, indicating that long-held fears of a wider conflict may be realized sooner rather than later. The announcement came by Israel's Defense Minister Yoav Gallant via a social media post on X, and he added that the center of gravity is shifting to the north through the diversion of forces and resources. As of yet, however, Israel has not taken responsibility for the pager attacks, despite making it clear in recent weeks that gaining the upper hand over Hezbollah is a top priority with its war against Hamas. More military resources are set to be deployed to the north of the country, where Israel has been exchanging rocket fire with Hezbollah militants for almost a year now. On Tuesday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's security cabinet voted to add securing their northern front against Hezbollah and, quote, returning the residents of the north securely to their homes to the country's war goals. And after approving new operational plans at Israel's northern border with Lebanon, Israel's army chief said, we have many capabilities that we have not yet activated. In a widely anticipated move, the US Federal Reserve cut its benchmark interest rate by 0.5 percentage point on Wednesday and signaled more reductions would follow, launching its first easing cycle since the onset of the pandemic. The decision marked a significant shift in policy, but the market response was muted, raising concerns about the effectiveness of such measures. Economists and market analysts expressed skepticism over whether the rate cut would deliver the desired economic rebound. Despite the initial optimism, stocks showed little movement, and investor confidence remained fragile. As one analyst noted, the cut was significant, but it's unclear if it will translate into robust economic growth. Financial markets have experienced volatility amid broader economic uncertainties, including ongoing inflationary pressures and geopolitical tensions. Now, whilst the Fed aims to bolster consumer spending and business investments, many believe the current calm in the market may not last. The central bank faces a challenging landscape ahead, with growing concerns about potential inflation that could undermine the benefits of this rate cut. As the Fed's strategy unfolds, investors and economists will closely monitor the economic indicators to gauge the real impact of this aggressive monetary policy shift. In other news, Iranian hackers tried to provide the Biden campaign with stolen Trump campaign material, according to the US intelligence agencies. A joint statement by the FBI and other agencies said that in late June and early July, Iranian malicious cyber actors sent unsolicited emails to individuals then associated with President Biden's campaign that contained an excerpt taken from stolen, non-public material from former President Trump's campaign, adding that there is currently no information indicating those recipients replied to the emails. The FBI and other agencies say the Trump hack and attempted breach of the Biden-Harris campaign are the latest example of Iran's multi-pronged approach to stoke discord and undermine confidence in our electoral processes. For example, the Iranians in question have continued to try to leak non-public Trump campaign material to media organizations since June. A Trump campaign spokesperson said that the hack was evidence that Iran was interfering in the election to help Kamala Harris and Joe Biden because they know President Trump will restore his tough sanctions and stand against their reign of terror. The Harris campaign said, "We're not aware of any material being sent directly to the campaign. A few individuals were targeted on their personal emails with what looked like a spam or phishing attempt. We condemn in the strongest terms any effort by foreign actors to interfere in US elections, including this unwelcome and unacceptable malicious activity." And finally, to end with some more uplifting news, for the first time in decades, public health data shows a sudden and promising drop in drug overdose deaths across the US. A 10% decline in drug deaths was reported, which is a huge reversal from recent years when fatal overdoses regularly increased by double-digit percentages. Many people have pointed to the improved access to naloxone, treatment resources, and community vigilance as an explanation for the sudden drop in deaths. Nevertheless, overdose deaths still remain alarmingly high, at around 100,000 deaths each year, and more efforts will surely be needed to ensure sustained progress made so far in battling this public health crisis. Now, fans of TLDR, like you, care about understanding the world around them, and that's where today's sponsor, Imprint, comes into play. If you care about building a life of learning, then Imprint is the app for you. It's a brand new way to learn, built from the ground up. And seriously, unless you've used the app before, you likely haven't experienced something like this. That's because Imprint is beautifully illustrated and animated, creating a highly visual, bite-sized and interactive learning experience. It's the perfect antidote to a world where social media tries to keep us mindlessly dopamine scrolling day in, day out. Their library includes courses on topics like psychology, history, philosophy, finance, productivity, and many more, and quick reads that you can consume in a single setting. In fact, I've been using the Essential Philosophy Theories and Thinkers course, and it's been an excellent way to brush up on some knowledge from university that I genuinely thought I lost. With all the developments happening these days, from elections to AI to geopolitical tensions, it's been helpful to revisit some of the world's greatest thinkers. So make yourself feel better about your screen time. Build a real habit of learning every day and join the millions of people using Imprint. Plus, if you use the link in the description, the first 200 people will get 20% off an annual plan. Plus, they'll know that you came from us.